People who intend to work as plumbers, electricians, welders, hairstylists, auto mechanics, and more. A trade school might even offer a better trade-off than a standard college education.
All right, listen up, y'all.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is another episode of All Things Education Official. I am your host and educator, DrAbdullah, giving you educational news from a foundational Black American male educator's perspective. If you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Put me in the algorithm. And if you like the content, please follow me on my social media at Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, TikTok, LinkedIn, and X. If you appreciate what I'm doing and you want to support me, go to the About section and buy me a cup of coffee. It will be greatly appreciated. Today, we're going to delve back into something that I like to push a lot. I had a lot of comments about it, and I'd like to also say that being an individual that as a teen, I worked with my uncle in it. It's called The Trades for Black Children, and I like to revisit it because this is something that can help to create self-sustaining individuals, which will in turn help self-sustaining and sustain families, which will ultimately help the Black community. Trades for young Black men in particular, Black children in general.
More and more Gen Zers are saying no to four-year colleges and universities and saying yes to traditional trades like welding and plumbing. A new article in the Wall Street Journal explored the reasons behind Gen Z's move to become the quote-unquote tool belt generation and how they could be the solution to the shortage of skilled workers in the United States.
Among college graduates, half of them are actually working in jobs where bachelor's degrees aren't even needed. And so, not surprisingly, all that is conspiring to create a feeling of skepticism. Do I need to go to four-year college to be successful? Do I want to take on that debt? Is it the only path? Are there alternate paths up there?
I've observed an increase in individuals coming into education through alternate route. Now, alternate route are programs for individuals that have degrees, but they didn't exactly go to college for education. So they decide particularly for second careers, or oftentimes because they're not fulfilled in the career that they have, or this is what's not talked about, they can't find a job that can sustain themselves in the field in which they study. So they go alternate route. Ultimately, they go into another field outside of what they studied 4 to 5 years to obtain a degree. And interestingly enough, the trades are still never considered.
For example, with construction trades, that's one area that has seen a pretty striking jump since in that time period since 2018 of around 23%. Likewise, vehicle maintenance and programs in HVAC, vehicle maintenance and repair and install and all that, it's gone up by 7%. So those are some of the more popular areas.
The speaker identified vehicle maintenance and HVAC as having a rising interest in enrollment. A childhood friend of mine, husband, works in HVAC. Shout out to Ron Gavantes and Arctic Summers out of Detroit, Michigan. And he earns a substantial living where he's able to take care of himself, his family, and provide a very good life for them. And I think that we need to be able to introduce trades like HVAC and so many others to our community, particularly our children, as opposed to the same old, they got to go to the 4-year college, maybe a 2-year college. And there are so many trade options. I got to list them out for you. Just be patient with me. First things first, we got electricians. They make between $60,000 to $90,000. You got plumbers making between $55,000 and $85,000. HVAC technicians between $50,000 and $80,000. Carpenters making between $50,000 and $75,000. Diesel mechanics, $50,000 to $75,000. Wind turbine technicians, $57,000 to $100,000. Solar panel installers, $45,000 to $70,000. Heavy equipment operators, $45,000 to $75,000. Industrial maintenance technicians at $50,000 to $85,000. These are 8 reasons that I want you to pay attention. These are 8 reasons why trade schools are a great option for Black children in particular, in general, and Black men, young men in particular.
Intimate learning setting. Smaller classes give students a better opportunity to participate and engage with their instructors one-on-one. Although not all trade schools follow the same class sizes, some are higher, some lower, their class sizes have traditionally been smaller. For students who benefit from direct feedback, smaller classes can be beneficial. Developing stronger relationships with their instructors can also give them more networking opportunities down the line. Fewer campus distractions. College culture is not for everyone. Trade schools eliminate many of the distractions that come with a traditional college. Shorter programs. For students who want to get started with their careers immediately, this lengthy timeline can be discouraging. Most trade schools also offer rolling admissions, so you won't have to waste time waiting for the new school year to arrive before enrolling. Schedule flexibility. Trade schools offer many of their classes during both the day and evenings. This makes it much simpler for students to build realistic schedules and meet their requirements quickly. More career opportunities. Most trade schools have dedicated career counseling departments. They can help students find employment to start upon graduation. Most people are unaware that there's a great demand for trade workers in the US, NPR. This leads to potential higher wages for those who do choose trade positions. Affordable programs. Trade schools can be very affordable. Of course, the cost of trade school tuition will differ depending on your discipline. Many trade schools are approved to offer financial aid, just as offered at a traditional college. Fewer filler classes. Certificate programs in trade schools put a strong emphasis on program-centric courses. While some do require general education classes, they may be less prevalent than at traditional colleges. Hands-on experience. One of the biggest benefits of a trade school is the hands-on learning experience. Students will have the opportunity to practice their trade while still in school and learn real-world skills. These hands-on learning experiences are perfect for students who want to reinforce what they've learned in traditional classroom settings.
According to an article in the Black Westchester entitled "Skilled Trades, a Promising Path for Black Youth and Community Prosperity," the U.S. projected to be short 550,000 plumbers by 2027. That's literally a year and a half away. Employment of electricians is expected to grow twice as fast as the average for all occupations through 2032. These shortages spell opportunities for those willing to pursue these careers. For many Black youth, the traditional path of a 4-year college education has become a financial burden rather than a stepping stone. Student loan debt disproportionately affects Black graduates, often delaying or derailing their ability to build wealth. The earning potential in these fields is significant and far exceeds the current average earnings for Black men. Last year, master plumbers saw the median pay rise to $82,700, marking a 21% increase from the previous year. Certified electricians even more, with annual salaries ranging from $74,000 to $143,500. These figures are especially notable compared to the average salary of Black men, which is only $43,000 per year. That is a major bump. That breaks down to $828 per week. Additionally, a Black man with a bachelor's degree earns an average of $55,000 annually, while a Black man with a master's degree earns an average of $72,000 annually. Trades offer our children the opportunity to build wealth, maximize themselves and the lives of their family, hence the lives and the growth of our communities. And they also offer stable economic and social growth. Instead of beating our children over the head for not wanting to follow an old and antiquated path of education, it's time to steer them towards something that makes sense, and more importantly, it makes dollars. Thank you for tuning into another episode of All Things Education Official. I am DrAbdullah. Please go to my social media, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, TikTok, LinkedIn, and X. If you like the content, please buy me a cup of coffee in the About section. We need to get on this, people. Talk to our children. Tell them there are more options just 4-year schooling and 2-year schooling. There are the trades. You are dismissed.
Yeah! You are all expurgated. You are dismissed.
much propaganda, spiritual pollution. Too many problems, not enough solutions. So many billionaires that make no contributions. Gotta create fund and maintain our institutions. Word to the masses, our government is backwards. Only thing I've learned is what a barrel and a crab is. Deploying all these tactics to keep us all distracted. Scrolling on our gadgets and we scroll right past it. While we caught up in the fashion, they sitting back laughing. This education we're lacking, all the laws they be passing. Peep the curriculum, you see they're subtracting the necessary work. These kids mentally absent, turned out full plastic.